Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I have my monthly makeup management. So what I've decided to start doing with my collection is go through my makeup every month, pull out items that I've tried and that I'm like not super in love with, or products that I have duplicates of, or products that I feel like that I'm just not going to use. And I'm going to pull them out of my collection, and I'm either going to donate them to my family members or I'm going to sell them on Poshmark. So most of these items you will probably see on my Poshmark coming up very soon. But the other ones will be donated to my family members, whoever wants them, so that we're there, they can try these products out. So let's get into this. These are some products, like I said, that I'm just going to be removing from my collection so that I can kind of maintain my collection, so that it's always things that I know that I love. The first thing is this right here. This is the Bareminerals, the Hidden Treasure palette. So the reason why I'm taking this out of my collection is not because I think it's a bad palette. It's because I've never used it. So, and I've had it for so long, not so long, I've had it for long enough time now that I feel like I should have used it. If I have not picked up this palette yet, so what am I keeping it for? Am I like treasuring the palette, like what it says? Am I treasuring the palette so that I'm just never going to use it? That's silly. So I want to make sure that my makeup is always maintained into a collection of things that I know I'm using, that I'm loving. So this is just going to be leaving my collection. I'll probably sell this on Poshmark, and then that way there somebody else can love it, and that way there it's not just sitting there taking up space. The next one is another Bareminerals one, and this is the Nudes. This one I did try, and I feel like it's good, but in my opinion, it's not my favorite. So I just don't think that I use this enough to keep it around. So it's something that I feel like it's not that it's a bad product. It's just a product that I feel like needs to go because it's not getting utilized as much as I feel like it should be. The next thing is this right here. This is the Becca. This is the Eye Lights palette, the Apres Ski Glow collection. I don't even know if I even use this, guys. Let me open it and see. Nope, I've never even touched this palette. I purchased it because everybody was going crazy over this collection here, and then I got it and I was like, okay, it's pretty, but it's just very plain. It's nothing that excites me or anything like that. So I'm just going to, again, take it out of my collection and move it on to somebody else that can use it more than I am using it. The next one is a Lancome palette. This is the Lancome Audacity in Paris. This is the 16 shadow palette. This one has never been used as well, so this is another brand new palette. And the reason why I've never used this is because, first of all, I feel like the colors are very blasé. There's nothing really fancy about them, and honestly, I'm just not intrigued by it. I get it open and I'm like, it's nothing fancy. It reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay palettes, and I already love my Urban Decay palettes, and I don't think I need another palette that looks like those. So this one is just going to get sold on my Poshmark as well. The next one is something from Woosh. This is the Fold Out Face palette. I don't even know why I got this palette. I've never literally even opened this, so I'm not even going to open it because it's completely sealed and everything. I got it, and then I'm like, I'm never going to use this. This is not something that I am interested in. So here's what it looks like on the inside. So you can tell it does come with some brushes in here, and it's got a whole face palette. I've just never used it, and I'm not going to use it, so that one's leaving. The next one is a Dose of Colors. This is the Hidden Treasures palette, and I got two of these. Somehow or another, I purchased two of these, so there's no point in keeping two palettes in my collection that are exactly alike. That's just silly. So this one is leaving my collection not because I don't like this palette, but because I have duplicates. That's what happens when you're a shopaholic, and that's why I've been trying to be better about not shopping so much, because I feel like I need to really, what is Jam Beauty doing, or Jessica Braun? She is, oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. She is, anyway, I'm going to maintain my collection. I'm going to do a monthly maintenance. So that's what I'm doing and calling mine. The next one is a Laura Geller palette. This is the Laura Geller Creme Glaze Deluxe. So this one again has, I think I used a couple colors in here. I didn't try the brush out, but I used a couple colors in here. But there's nothing that's super fancy about this palette, in my opinion, for me. Because I have so much in my collection that is just sitting there and not getting used. So why not try to get somebody else to love it more than I can? The next ones are some Stila palettes. So I have 3 Stila palettes. These are the Perfect Me, Perfect You palettes. I bought these initially because of Liv Loves Her Makeup, because she had talked about them so much. And not that I don't like these palettes, but I just don't find myself using them. So again, what is the point in keeping makeup if you're not using it? It's not a collector's item for me. It's not. I do like to collect makeup, but not just to sit there. I want to collect it because I want to use it. So the first one I just showed you was this is the Tan Deep, and then this one is the Light Medium, and then the next one is the Medium Tan. So the different shade ranges, though, they're supposed to go with your skin tone and everything like that. I had 3 of them, and honestly, I don't use them enough to be able to keep them in my collection. Just something that's taking up space. The next thing is the Lorac Pro To Go palette. I originally purchased this because I had heard so many people talking about this palette and how good it was. And while it is a really good palette, I just don't use it. Everybody talks about traveling with it, but I travel with other things and I don't travel with this. So this is something that's going to be leaving my collection just because I'm not using it. The next one is a brand new palette. This is the Smashbox Photo Mattes palette. So this is just a little small palette. Again, it's never been opened at all, so I'm not even going to open it. Just something that is sitting there and not being used. The next one is the Balm Take Home the Bronze little bronzer. I don't like this bronzer. For me, it has a lot of kick up. It just doesn't look good on my skin. I know a lot of people love this bronzer, but for me, it just doesn't look good, so I'm going to get rid of that. The next one is a Bareminerals palette. This is the, what is this one called? The Soft and Smoky. So here's what it looks like. It's got the gold packaging with a little bit of silver on the outside of it. And then it's got these colors on the inside. Now, while I do like the colors, especially this color right here, this green, that green is really pretty, I'm just not using it. Again, I'm not going to keep on keeping makeup just to keep makeup, because I want to get my room into a collection of things that I absolutely love and that I will absolutely rotate through and use. The next one are 2 palettes from Dose of Colors. So I have the Blushing Berries and the Sassy Siennas. I don't like these. Honestly, I feel like when I use these, the colors just kind of go together. Like, it looks very muddy. I don't like the way they look on my eyes. I know a lot of people will disagree with me. They love these palettes, but just for me, they don't work well. So I am getting rid of those as well. The next one is a Bobbi Brown little palette. This is the Bobbi Brown Instant Pretty Eye and Cheek palette. So here's what it looks like on the inside. It has these 4 colors here. And then you rotate this up and it has, oops, maybe you rotate it. You rotate it up and it has a little blush here. So it's got like a little face palette almost. So just for me, it's another one that I thought I would use it to travel with, and I don't. The next one is the Jouer. This is the Jouer Springtime in Paris. I bought this from the Jouer website, and I don't like this palette. I thought it was good initially, and the more I used it, I'm like, it's okay. It's not anything that's impressing me. Like Shania Twain says, that don't impress me much. So it didn't impress me much. I'm trying to get it out of the packaging here. So here's what the palette itself looks like. The colors in here are very pretty, but for some reason, I just don't like it. It just doesn't work for me. Not every palette's going to work for everyone, and that's what I've got to remember when I'm seeing all these reviews on these videos and everybody saying how good these palettes are. Not every palette's going to work for me, and I've got to remember that, and remember to keep my receipts so that way I can return them and stop keeping products that don't work for me. The next one is another Jouer. Whoa. Hopefully they didn't break. So we have another Jouer Ready to Wear palette. So this one is just a Ready to Wear palette, and it says the Cool palette. So this is just a small little Jouer palette, and it's got some eye products and some cheek products in here. So this is another one, again, that I don't use, not for traveling, not for day-to-day use, so needs to go. The next one is a Kevyn Aucoin product. This is the Kevyn Aucoin palette number 4. I got this because I thought, oh my gosh, these colors are so pretty. And while they are pretty, I just don't use this. Another one that, these smaller palettes, I find myself just not using. And I don't know if it's because they're small and they get hidden in my collection or what, but not using it, needs to go. The next one I realized I have duplicates of, and I've used both of them. So I don't know why I was so smart to do that. This is the Tarte Toasted palette. I don't know how I got duplicates of it. I think maybe somebody sent me one. So I have 2 of these, and actually it was Lashes Tony XO. Lashes Tony XO sent me one, and I had purchased one, so I don't need to keep 2, so I'm going to sell one or get rid of one. This is the one that I personally purchased. This is not the one that Lashes Tony sent me, because the one that I purchased has a little bit of broken pieces out of here. The one that Lashes Tony XO sent me is not broken. So this is the one that I bought myself, so I will sell or give that one away. That way there, I don't have 2 in my collection, because there's no point in having 2. So other than that, that is my maintenance for this month. I'd love to know if you guys like this style of video, if you want to see what I'm getting rid of out of my collection and then going to be passing along or putting on Poshmark, or if you would just rather for me to just do this on my own and not really share it with you guys. And also let me know, do you kind of do the same thing with your collection, that you just go through it and you're like, look, I'm not using this, it needs to go? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.